Yes, it is time to make another tier list. Now, I just found a pretty unique tier list for our era of 2025. You probably already know what tier list I'm talking about just by the title, by the thumbnail. I am talking about an anime aura tier list, and we are about to find out today who has the most aura. You could see the different tiers we're looking at. We're looking at aura god, aura merchant, humble aura farmer, neutral aura, lil bro, aura deficit, and no sauce. I think this is funny. Whoever made this, they were just having fun with it. And look, we may not agree on a lot of things, okay? But if you do agree with my takes, you find yourself agreeing with what I say, like, oh yeah, this is light work, we're in sync, then you might want to consider dropping a sub, because how many times do you run into a YouTuber who actually thinks like you? Food for thought. Let's not waste any time. This is going to take a lot of time anyways. I know it is. So apparently how this one works a little different than the other tier list. I don't get to pick the order. It just goes down in order of alphabetical. And you have to either pick one of the tiers or skip. And you just pick one of the tiers right here. So we're looking at the Full Metal Alchemist. This is the Full Metal Alchemist. This is Al. It's been a while since I've watched Full Metal, but he was low-key doing his own thing. Like, he was setting up some crazy little stuff, and he was actually pretty humble with it. If I had to pick, I would pick humble aura farmer. That's where we're gonna put him right now. Asta. At first, at the start of the series, like, he was in an aura deficit. It wasn't even little bro. He was just in an aura deficit. He was working out a lot. He had like a couple cool moments, but he was for sure in an aura deficit. With how he's been moving recently, with that, I'm gonna need your help, Asta. And he just pulls up like muscles all flexing, constant muscle flex. Ooh. He's also an aura farmer. He's farming aura. Ayano Koji. First season, he was moving good. Ayano Koji. The next season, everything after the first season, if he was at aura merchant first season, he's been going down a tier every single season. I feel like the anime has been low-key hoeing him. He can have a lot of great moments, but also he doesn't do much. Not anymore. He's not lil bro, but he's low-key neutral. He's definitely less aura than these two. Baki. Now we're talking, all right? We're looking at either aura god here or aura merchant. In his own verse, he was moving so different. Like, everyone else was struggling with things, and then he'd pull up and be like, really? You're suffering to that weak shit? Like, fuck? Like, like he was constantly humbling people. And the only person he couldn't humble at all was his dad. He beat the strongest person physical strength in his verse with physical strength. Like, he knew he could have taken him down with technique and all that stuff, but he beat the strongest person with physical strength. I'll never forget that. He deserves aura god. Oh, but like low-key aura merchant though, I don't know. No. He's literally top 2 strongest in his own verse. Wasn't he being peed on? Oh, oh, wait, please. Can I restart this? You know what? That was a valid point. That was a valid point. Oh, he's gonna have to go down a tier. Well, I can't believe I fumbled that bad so quickly. I forgot about that and now I just have him at like aura god. Like that pissing shit was a top tier play that no one will ever understand. Like, damn it. Bakugo. He's a shit talker, but low key, he was getting humbled by like his own classmate Midoriya. Like, he was talking shit and then he would be constantly losing to Midoriya. And then like he did go crazy and actually beat Midoriya at one point, but like that was I don't know. He's more of like a little bro to me. Like, I also remember how he got humbled by All Might, but like All Might's the strongest hero. He just constantly is getting humbled. This is some little bro shit. Bon, this is easily humble aura farmer. He was always messing with his life because he was like, oh, I could just die and reset, and he would constantly do that and then humble everyone that was there. So humble aura farmer. This character from Danmachi, he low-key was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He's also low-key in the humble aura farmer, but he kind of just has neutral aura. No one like recognizes his aura yet, but he's still leveling up. So I hate seeing that. The thing is, like, he has no aura. We know Boruto's gonna go crazy when he gets in an adult form, but we're not at that point yet. I don't read manga, so no. No, bro, he's in an aura deficit. The only reason he's not in the no sauce negative aura is because he pulled out some cool invisible Rasengan. This is deficit for sure. David Martinez. I wouldn't even say he had aura. He was low-key just crazy. I need more cyber. I'm gonna go cyber cycle. That's kind of neutral aura to me. Death the Kid. Always on his symmetry sit. He's always holding the gun crazy. Like he pulled up with aura. And he's one of them top in the verse. Top in his class. He's for sure a humble aura farmer. Denji. This character has no aura. Negative aura, okay? In his own show, in the opening of his own show, he's crawling on the ground on a leash, being walked like a dog. Like, come on now. I can't give this character any sort of aura. He has his clean moments, but like when we're talking about aura, no, this might be less aura than Boruto. This is negative. This is no sauce. Finally, our first, like, no shade. This isn't like any downplay on his character. We're just talking about straight aura here. All right. I love Denji as a character. All right. But no aura. Please, he has no aura. Dio, the man who put thousands of knives in his pocket to throw them all at Jotaro at the same time. The same man who used his stand ability to constantly put Poneglyph down the stairs every time he was walking up the stairs to make it look like he was in a loop. Yes, this is an aura farmer. And every single time he went back to the same stance to make it look like he was doing nothing. I was thinking about putting him in aura merchant, but I'm honestly thinking like this is aura god. Like Baki's an aura merchant. We know that. If anyone is confused or skipped into halfway into the video, it was a mistake. I accidentally put him at aura god. I forgot about the piss scene and all of the piss scenes in Baki. But Dio was like the aura farmer. They took a picture of him and he had the he hit the pose. Oh my goodness. We all know the pose I'm talking about. Aura god. Edward. I feel like he's above his brother in terms of aura. I give him aura merchant. He did have aura. Like he'd pull up, people know that, oh, he's the alchemist with the metal hand. He doesn't have to create any symbols to perform alchemy. Like, no, yeah, he was aura farming. Okay, Erwin. Now this is the difficult one. Now he wasn't farming aura crazy, right? Like he wasn't doing anything crazy, but he does have the cleanest fucking speeches in Attack on Titan. Definitely the cleanest and most motivational. That counts for something. That's like his whole character. Also, no, we can't forget the scene where he was standing on top of the wall and Reiner scaled the wall in Titan form. He stood still, looked Reiner right in the eyes, and Reiner didn't do anything because he was like, this guy, he has aura. Aura merchant for sure. I just have to remember what he was doing. Gato. This is the same guy who humbled the entire League of Heroes. He humbled everyone. Saitama, he has season 1. Gato, season 2 was all about Gato. He did lose though. He did lose, and he would be on the aura god, but the way he got humbled by Saitama was kind of crazy, so he's a merchant. Genos was moving crazy, and when he pulled up, people knew who he was, but he wasn't like on Gato's level of aura. I'd say he's humble. He's for sure humble. Giorno Giovanni. All JoJo's characters have a little bit of aura because every single episode they're striking different poses. They're striking the different poses. No, Giorno, Loki, he changed the game. He was changing the game for stand users. The way he was posing with his stand. Like his stand was the other half of the pose. No, he's aura merchant. Gohan, I know they put the coolest version of Gohan here, but we gotta think about everything Gohan has been doing. We can't just look at his best moments. We gotta look at his whole character. He was low-key aura merchant back in Super Saiyan 2, the Cell Saga. Actually, I'd even transfer that over to the Buu Saga. But ever since Super, he's been bumped a few notches down. He's not Lil Bro. Actually, he might be Lil Bro now. I know there's Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan wasn't doing enough for me to put him higher. It hurts for me to put him at Lil Bro. At least he's not Boruto level, but he's going to be at Bakugo level. Gojo Satoru. So I was low-key waiting for this one. Everyone in his whole verse knows he's the greatest. Everyone. Even the narrator. The narrator constantly can't keep Gojo's name out of his mouth. Talking about this character's the fastest. Well, second to Gojo, of course. I'm like, Come on now. Every single time the narrator could glaze Gojo, he took that fucking opportunity. So, Aura God for sure. Goku, since I didn't leave out Super, I'm also leaving in Super for Goku. Super would lose a little bit of Aura for Goku. Like, if he was at Aura God, Super bumped that down a little bit. Just a little bit. So I'm gonna say he's Aura Merchant because he's still pulling up with different transformations. And just think about how he came through with Ultra Instinct. Do you remember how he was acting different as he actively broke the internet? Oh. Goodness, I remember it clear as day. Aura Merchant. Gon, fuck Gon. Honestly, he's a low bro to me. He let his emotions lead. Even how he lost his whole powers because he couldn't control his emotions. That's kind of low bro to me. Hiei. He was moving crazy in the Dark Tournament. He's a humble Aura farmer. He's not like an Aura Merchant because he was taking a lot of L's too. I mean, like, not a lot of L's, but he was taking L's to Yusuke. I'm gonna have to give him neutral. He does have good moments. That's all I can really say on this. I feel like this is the dude from Darling in the Franxx. This guy wasn't like an Aura farmer. He just was a dude that was like low-key in love with a girl. And like in terms of his verse, I guess he was doing more than other people. And he did like stop the war and change the world, sacrificing his life at the same time. I'm gonna say Aura deficit because he wasn't stunting on people. Like he wasn't like doing that much. Okay, well, Hisoka has aura, but it's not the same type of aura Gojo has. Like, this is like the aura, like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be associated with this guy, but like, he's still going crazy. I don't know where to put him. When I think of Hisoka, I still think of the scene where he was just staring at Gon and Killua's or something while he was walking behind him. Like, that sets him back so much for me. We're gonna say neutral. Ichigo. When Ichigo pulls up and stunts on people, he's stunning on people. Like, he fucking stunts on people. Like, there's only one moment in the show I could imagine where he loses aura, and that's when he lost his powers, and I believe he lost his friends too, and he just starts crying. He's bawling his eyes out. But every other part of Ichigo, like, just think about, like, how he defeated Aizen. That's where Bleach fans were stuck at it for the longest time before the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Now, Ichigo stayed taking L's, but when he's up, just like Goku, he's farming aura crazy. Think about his final Getsuga Tensho. Now, he's no aura god like Dio and Gojo. Just a reminder that Baki is actually not an aura god, he's an aura merchant. Ichigo is also an aura merchant. Isagi. This character is constantly gaining aura as the seasons go on. Episode 1, I'd say he's at like neutral aura. As of right now, like I'd say he's a humble aura farmer. He could go higher though as the seasons progress because he's just constantly been leveling up his game. Itachi, the man who slaughtered his whole clan? The man who put people in genjutsus and stabbed them over and over? You're talking about the man who revived himself with Shisui's Sharingan and dealt with business? You're talking about that same dude? The same dude that the whole Hidden Leaf Village fears. Yeah. This guy's an aura god. There's no question in my mind. He's a fucking aura god. Sun Jin Woo. This is the easiest one. He's aura god because he's only aura farming. That's all he does. And he's not humble. He's just an aura god. Especially with like how he was moving in season 2. Well, everyone was on Jeju Island. This man was standing on top of rooftops doing nothing, waiting for that exchange. There was no reason to do that other than farming aura. And he pulls up and farms even more aura. Joseph Joestar. Now this is a hard one for me. He's either aura god or aura merchant because of how he was reading the fucking panels. Like, next you'll say, what? How did you do that? And then the dude will be like, what? How did you do that? Nani? Or some shit like that. Every single time he predicted what someone was about to say, that was like the best part of the episode. I do not care. He was constantly about the action, but I feel like he could have hit cooler poses or farmed a little bit harder. He's merchant. Josuke. Unfortunately, I think he's actually just a step down from Joseph. I think he's just a humble aura farmer. He was going crazy. When he was doing his thing, he was doing his thing. That's all it was to it. He was actually very humble. He has a lot of good aura moments, but he's humble about it. That's actually the most accurate description to me. Jotaro, the man who bet with his mother's soul on a bluff. He's not aura god. He's aura merchant, though. I think that's pretty accurate. He doesn't have nearly as much aura as Dio. But he did beat Dio, but he doesn't have nearly as much aura. Kakashi, Mr. Never Duck a Fade. There's this recent clip or this recent voice line going around Kakashi. When he was talking to Pain, he's like, one of us is going to die here. He didn't know who he was talking about. He didn't know if he was talking about himself or Pain, but he said one of us is going to fucking die here. Oh my goodness, bro. He was aura farming even if he was getting his ass whooped. He literally was never ducking fade, so you gotta give him his respect. But in his own verse, he didn't have the aura of like Itachi, but everyone knows him. Oh, he's the copycat ninja. Like everyone knew who he was. They knew he was a demon. He's a fucking aura merchant. Kamina, not an aura god, he's also an aura merchant. As soon as like he got a better cape to farm aura and do some aura things, he'd be fucking hitting them fucking poses. Like, yeah, no. Ken Kaneki, also an aura farmer. One of his better aura moments is when he kicked the dude and he twisted his whole body around. He's like, doesn't that hurt? It does. Or that shit was clean as fuck. Only thing that stops me from putting him in Aura God is when he becomes Heisei. Like that whole season where he just like goes into Wonderland because maybe he had some mental issues or something. He just needed that different lifestyle or whatever. I don't know. That set him a little bit back. Kazuma. You gotta think about how he's treated in his own verse, bro. He does not have aura in his own verse. Don't get me wrong. He could pull off some crazy stuff in his own verse and be looked at low-key as an aura merchant at his best of times, but like on average, he's getting that little bro treatment from everyone. But it's in a comedic way, but like he's still like more the little bro. Killua, now we're fucking talking. I'm actually putting Killua in Aura God. The way he was killing people as an assassin, like most of his moments were just complete aura. I don't know how else to describe it. And then when he had to take the hunter exam again and he just took out everyone in the room, I don't think he has like any bad moments. I feel like, honestly thinking about it, he's just the aura god. Yoshikage Kira, he was just trying to like live a normal life. He wasn't trying to farm aura. He was just doing it like a little bit more naturally. So I'm just gonna say he's neutral. He's a neutral aura. The black swordsman Kirito himself, he's higher on the list, but I'm thinking about Alicization too. Is it wrong to say he lost a bit of aura when he got paralyzed? Not an aura god, he's an aura merchant for sure. L's not really a person who has that much aura. Maybe how the world views him as this anonymous person, but like as the person he is and the stuff he's like actually doing, and he lost. He's more on the aura deficit. He doesn't have like no aura. I'm putting him in a deficit. And that whole speech, like, it sucks if you were Kira because I consider you my only friend. Like, aura deficit. Law? Oh, you don't know how much I want to put him in Aura God. He was getting humbled a lot though, so like he's just gonna have to stay at Aura Merchant. Lelouch Britannia. This man is also Zero. After recently watching Code Geass, Zero was the aura farmer. He was an aura farmer of the revolution. Every time he got the chance to make an appearance, he was aura farming. Aura God. Because like in his own verse, he's viewed as like a legend. Levi, everybody fears Levi. You gotta think about that speech that Reiner and Bertos was giving Zeke. They were telling him like, oh, there is one person you have to look out for. One soldier. He's like, what? One soldier. Yeah, his name's Levi. He's dangerous. Just the one guy you gotta look out for. If you don't look out for him, you're gonna get fucking cooked over, like fucked over. And lo and behold, he wasn't looking out for him, and he almost lost his life. And then he did lose his life. So, Aura Merchant to me. He's for sure Aura Merchant. Light. To our perspective, right? He was farming Aura crazy. But if you just think about like his character as seen by everybody else, he wasn't farming for shit. he's in a neutral aura. Monkey D. Luffy. Now, this character is an idiot. He has a lot of dumb moments, but the whole world views him in a certain light. Like the whole world views him as the most craziest aura farmer, daredevil of all time. He walked into one of the Emperors of the Sea's wedding, destroyed the wedding, and dipped. And he was farming aura when he pulled up on Kaido and Big Mom. Like, come on now. Speaking on how the world views him, like he grinded to Emperor of the Sea quick. And to me, that Loki gives him a little bit more aura than Law. Aura God for sure. Meliodas, I'm gonna say humble aura farmer. He was going crazy, but all in a humble light. He wasn't like doing anything for aura specifically. Deku, this character has gained more aura as the season's gone on. At the beginning, he started off as no sauce, negative aura at the Denji level, and he slowly worked his way up all the way to Lil Bro. Really, he worked his way up to like a neutral aura. Like just think about how the verse considers him. Before they thought of him as like no sauce, negative aura. Now it's just kind of neutral. Like his own classmates, they don't think of him as like an aura god or any of this stuff, but like just neutral. They just think of him as a normal guy now. Mikasa was low-key farming aura like Levi, but not nearly to an extent, a little less. So she's more on the humble aura farmer. She's a step below Levi for sure. Mob is not an aura farmer. He had some negative aura at the beginning. He was at an aura deficit. Now he's a humble aura farmer, because when he's pulling up to places, people are gonna fear him. They know he's powerful as fuck. He has the fucking aura. Do you feel it? The animosity. He stunts on occasion. Naruto Uzumaki. They didn't put adult Naruto in at all, so this Naruto counts for all of Naruto. It's so funny. I'm looking at the tier list. Gohan's all the way in little bro. Deku over Gohan is criminal. That just seems like a fucking crime. Cause he got humbled so bad in Super, bruh. And Deku's low-key at an all-time prime right now. All-time peak. Actually, no, I'm fine with this. Deku's at an all-time peak right now. He's probably gonna drop in aura within the next season or next few seasons. Okay, Naruto. We're also considering Boruto. I'm gonna be so real with you. In Boruto, he doubles his aura. There's no question of that. Sure, the hairline's bad, all right? Like, sure, the hairline isn't all there. But how he's pulling up as the strongest in his verse, pulling up on the fights with the aliens, he takes the title of Boruto. The best fight in Boruto is Naruto. Naruto and Sasuke just going crazy. That's all it is. It's a battle between Aura God or Aura Merchant. The one thing that he's missing to get him to Aura God is if he was using his shadow clones like how Boruto uses his shadow clones. Flex, just to hit a pose sometimes, like at the end before dismissing him. But then again, I'm also thinking about the 4th grade ninja war where he just pulls up and also defeats like the ninja that no one knew how to defeat. And then the time where he literally gives his aura to the entire 4th grade ninja army. He had so much aura, he had to share it with everyone. No, I'm putting him at aura god. Fuck it. Natsu, power of friendship. He's neutral. Piccolo? You mean the guy who was pulling up while people are about to die and flexing the cape? Hitting the pose every single time? Yes, Piccolo, we see the fit. Only thing that stops him from being an aura god is that every time he does do that, he still does get humbled. Like, he gets humbled a lot. I wouldn't say he gets humbled. He just loses a lot. He'll be pulling up with the capes, but no, he be losing a lot. So we're going to put him in an aura merchant. Power. She doesn't have any aura. She's more of an aura deficit. She has just a tiny bit more aura than Denji, but this is for sure an aura deficit. Rengoku, his time was short-lived. Top moments on the train where the girl was trying to stab his heart. He's still asleep, eyes closed, and starts choking her out. Or was it him? I don't remember. He was angry. He grabbed the knife and just, while asleep, bro. That was fucking crazy. I'm gonna put him at humble aura farmer. Well, we put Isagi at like humble. This guy is not humble at all. Maybe in season 1. In season 1, he could be considered an aura merchant. Like if we're looking at a battle of the egos, his ego lost to Isagi. He's in neutral aura right now. Like after season 2, after his brother humbling him so much, he's a fucking neutral. Saitama, he does have some cool aura moments, but I'd actually say he's more of a humble aura farmer. Sure, he's the strongest. Sure, he knows when to lock in, but he wasn't doing the most. Sasuke, we're talking about the same Sasuke who pulled up on the 5 Kage summit, upside down in the room, cut all the flags. Woo! That was clean as fuck. Sure, he did get humbled a couple times, like by Killer B. He was losing a lot of fights. But in terms of aura, he was done near getting to Itachi level. He tries to farm aura more than Naruto, but he lost. In the end, he lost. We see him getting humbled more times than he's farming, so. Aura merchant. Simon, he took after his big bro, Kamina. Yeah, he has the same amount of aura as him, too. Not a question. There's not even a discussion. They became pretty much the same exact character. Spike, okay, we're getting somewhere. He's a merchant. He's a merchant. He's always easily farming aura. I just remember that scene where he was fighting with the broomstick too and then escaped. That was pretty clean too. Sukuna done near has as much power as Gojo in the verse. Like he's a king of curses. The curses fear him. Shibuya, like I'm thinking about Shibuya. People look at him, they see aura, but it's just because he's so villainous. I'm gonna put him at merchant. He's not getting glazed by the narrator. So yeah, no. He's a merchant. Tanjiro, he's not really a aura farmer. He just does shit. He's good at what he does. So he's humble. He's a humble aura farmer. Thorfinn, this is not an aura farmer. He's just a dude consumed with vengeance, at least in the first part. And then in the second part, he's just a dude who craves peace. Not an aura farmer. It's kind of like a neutral aura. Trunks, I'm looking at the reds. I'm looking at the reds. An aura farmer of all time. He does do some cool ass aura stuff. But then the Cell Saga, on top of that, the Super Black Saga also has him a little beat too. If it was just like the androids, I'd put him Aura Merchant. Considering everything else, like, yeah, no, we're gonna have to put him at humble. Vegeta, he doesn't have nearly as much aura as Goku. I mean, no, yeah, because when Goku achieves Ultra Instinct, he wasn't really talking as much. He was just dodging and doing cool poses and stunning on people. Vegeta, he achieved Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, and he was strong, but he was still like still arrogant at the same time. So I'm actually gonna say neutral. And also, for whatever reason, when I think of Vegeta, I also think about him getting his arm just wiped out by 18. Like, pulls up on 18 and oh, my arm, oh my goodness, oh, what just happened? Oh. Sad moment for Vegeta fans. Itadori Yuji. Now, this person isn't really a horror farmer at all. He does show out, and he's hitting Black Flash a lot. But in terms of aura, it's low-key neutral. Yusuke. Now, he's an aura farmer. He was both ballsy, he was showing out, clean ass fucking fits. I'd say he's a merchant. Zenitsu. Zenitsu only has aura when he's sleeping. So therefore, it's not aura in my eyes. That's the only time he locks in. It's a little bro to me. Not in a deficit just because of like his sleeping makes up for like what he does when he's awake. Zoro. Mr. I'll never lose again. Mr. Take down Kaido's right-hand man and also get a good hit off on Kaido himself. But also at the same time, Mr. I always get lost and can't follow directions. He's a humble aura farmer. That was a good list. I skipped a few characters, but this is the solid list of aura farmers. Remember, Baki's actually an aura merchant. I did remember the Piscina, right? But everything else, I kind of stand by. At the same time, I do want to look at the most votes. Damn, everyone was putting so many people in Aura God. Like Zoro and Aura Piccolo and Aura God. Ayano Koji. Like, are you serious? Why does it feel like people are loosely doing everything?